Our tools for the pruning are going to be the handsaw or bow saw, a pair of heavy-duty loppers, hand shears, and our electric shears. Now this crepe myrtle hasn't been trimmed or pruned in 5 years. One of the primary reasons for pruning is to prevent damage where you have branches that cross over each other, rubbing against each other and damaging the tree. Now we're going to get pretty aggressive on the pruning of this crepe myrtle because it's been about 5 years since anything's been done with it. We'll start with looking at where the tree splits off the main branch. We're going to come up maybe about a foot on each one of these clumps. We'll start by these smaller branches by removing these first with our hand shears. Whenever we do our cuts on the branch, we're never going to do a straight cut. We're going to do an angled cut. We'll continue on all the branches on this particular clump here. Go ahead and continue with the rest of them until they're all off. Then we'll come in and clean out these smaller branches with our hand shears, getting right up against the actual trunk. Now we're going to come back and target any of these branches that are touching each other. We're going to look for the smallest of the two and remove it, again, right up against the trunk. Now for these big branches, we're going to use our handsaw. Be careful, make sure you cut the bottom first before cutting the top, so it doesn't tear. Come down this way. This particular crepe myrtle has a dilemma. It has 3 shoots coming off of the main here, plus 2, but these are rubbing against each other, causing damage in here. So one of these has got to go. We're going to take the smaller of the 2, plus it's going to be more symmetric with this one out as well. Now we'll finish off by keeping it symmetric by each clump having about 3 main shoots coming up. We'll remove the smaller ones. And here we have it. Each main shoot has 2 to 3 main members, has a kind of a symmetrical Christmas tree shape to it, so when they bloom out, it'll be nicely shaped and very healthy. Here's an example of a crepe myrtle that's a smaller, but it's in the corner of a fence area. We're going to remove all of the bottom smaller branches and just leave the stalks to come up, or we're going to cut the tops, but the plumes will happen in the springtime. For the real small branches, it's best to just pull these off. Now we're going to keep the 3 main stalks for the crepe myrtle intact, but this one here, you notice, jets out for a 4th one. So we're going to go ahead and drop this one off and maintain these 3. Trim the bottom first, and then come down the top. The smaller up we go, the smaller the pruners get. Right above the top of the fence line, we'll go ahead and make our top cuts here for the heads to bloom. Okay, once again, I've got my 3 stalks coming up, but again, one is splitting off into 4, so I have to make a decision here again. Which one am I going to remove? You notice this one is staying straight with the actual line of the branch. This one is one that's branching off, so this one is the one we're going to take out. Now, as the spring starts up with the blooms and the plumes start coming out of the top, keep an eye out for all these cuts we made earlier that are going to have their own little shoots coming out. Just be pulling these off during the spring and summer. Only maintain those plumes at the top. And enjoy your crepe myrtles.